So, hi there, welcome back or welcome to this little cozy corner of the internet. I have something to share with you. I usually read a lot of books, I don't end up reviewing any of them. I have two or three whole big shelves full of books that I never review. So, today I thought I finished reading Heaven by Mieko Kawakami. I thought, why not why not review it? It's an intense story with a great plot and a brilliantly well written style. So, why not talk about it a little bit? So, today, folks, we are discussing Heaven by Mieko Kawakami, which is, by the way, my first Kawakami. I find myself kind of strangely drawn to the world of Japanese fiction and storytelling. I've read a lot of Japanese books, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, short stories. My favorite author happens to be Murakami, and I'm not being pretentious about it even 1%. I just love how abstract Murakami's writing is. I just love that he blends philosophy, magical realism, and life lessons. He embeds all of them. He has the capacity to do it all in one page, and that makes up for a brilliantly fascinating read. If you have read Midnight Library by Matt Haig, as per my opinion, my humble opinion says that it compares nothing to, let's say, Kafka on the Shore by Murakami or Wild Sheep Chase by Murakami. Anyway, we are not here to talk about Murakami today. We are here to talk about Mieko Kawakami's Heaven. I think this has won, it has not won, it has been shortlisted for the 2022 International Booker Prize. But it's such a beautifully written book. So the plot revolves around these two teenagers, Kohima and this boy right here, who is known as Eyes in his school because he has a lazy eye. And then this girl, she often dresses up like she's poor and dirty, so she's also bullied for her appearance and her not so posh upbringing. What is interesting is how these two characters are constantly bullied in school, but what they make out of it. So, in life, so many situations often happen to us, and we become victims of the situation instead of taking any action on it, instead of interpreting it in a different way that helps us become more wise out of the wounds. So it would be great if we could use every wound and become more wise out of it rather than being victims of the situation. So this book is exactly about that. The boy and the girl, the teenagers, they start writing letters to each other. They start sharing their pains and sometimes their hobbies, sometimes little trivial information through those letters. And they start discussing and interacting about life with each other. They meet up, but it also contains vivid descriptions, very gritty, dynamic, vivid, and visceral descriptions of how the boy was bullied at school. And it's not a very pleasant description, so to say. It is painful, it is grotesque, but it touches you and it hits you in all the right parts, and it makes you feel very, I don't know, it just makes you feel very I don't have the word for it. Maybe very sad for the boy, or maybe very disgusted. For me, it just felt very real because the headspace that I was in when I was reading this book is that I just finished reading one of the short Penguin Black Little classics, The Yellow Wallpaper. So the Yellow Wallpaper is about obsession and about madness and about the psychological scars in a human being that leads them to obsession and madness unless they're not taken care of in a certain way. So this book for me is about how two children grapple with bullying, with um, every bad thing that an education system has to offer. The ending is just beautiful. It made me cry. It made me tear up. I have nothing else to say about this book. I think I'll end the review by reading the reviews at the front of the book. And it's so lyrically written too. It's so beautifully descriptive, and you feel like you're living in the book. It's almost like that. Okay, so Vogue has written this. Taking two outcast teens as its happy protagonists, Heaven is an expertly told, deeply unsettling tale of adolescent violence that will no doubt only grow the author's fan base. That's a kind of shallow review. I should read another one. Okay, Financial Times. This is a good one. Financial Times wrote, short but assured. By the end, the reader is so dizzily absorbed in its visceral details and philosophical complexity that when the twist comes, it hits you with a strange and unexpected force. I think that was my experience of reading the book. It was very complex, philosophically, it felt quite profound. At the same time, I could also look at it from a distance and objectively see what it is. Yeah. Time says, how can a relationship really last when its foundation is built on shared experiences of humiliation and terror? The author moves towards an answer in this quietly devastating tale of middle school drama. It's a great book. It gets a 5 out of 5 for me. I just finished it today, maybe that's why I'm giving it a 5. But it's so beautifully written. I almost felt like I was living it moment to moment. I finished it in 2 days, and it's a 160-page book. That's about this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye and happy reading. I hope you're taking care of your body, your mind, and your soul.